Every live stream is our first live stream, right, guys?
It's a little different than it was last time.
It's a little different. Our interface has changed. I just feel like we're just never prepared for live streams, just in general. Also, it's been like a month since the last time we did a live stream.
It's been
more than
longer.
a month.
Isn't it been like since August?
It's been since August. So it's time has gone by.
3 months?
We've had a very busy couple of months.
It was spooky season.
It was spooky season, and now it's about to be holiday season, or in our case, winter season, because we're not doing exclusively holiday stuff, which is kind of the point of this whole live stream. Welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for joining us, those of you who did. I know we haven't done live streams, like we said, in a couple of months, so... And obviously, like, no one is obligated to join ever, so we're always thankful for anyone who does. But
Yep. Or anyone who watches it later.
Or anyone who watches it after the fact, which I know we have a couple people across the pond who do that as well.
Yes.
So we're going to talk tonight about a trip announcement, which if you read the title of the video or looked at the thumbnail before clicking through, you probably already know where we're going, but we'll keep it secret till the last second anyway. It's been a minute, guys. I think we're rested and we're ready to get back out there after a very busy spooky season. So we got a lot to talk about tonight.
This is our first time doing 2 international trips in the same year, isn't it?
Yes.
Woohoo! I like that. I wish we could do that.
I like
more
that for
often.
us. Love that for us.
Before
we dive into our itinerary, our plan, everything we're going to be talking about, do always want to pull up our socials. If you're not following us on Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, or checking out our website, here's all the information. As per usual, the website's a little bit behind, but we're catching up quick because we've had a lot of time to burn over these last couple of weeks.
Mostly, I got to hand that to you. You're cranking them out.
Well, normally it's Katie. Typically, it's Katie who does the blog posts and me who does the editing and the stuff.
I try to help. Work is busy. It's a busy season.
These are not our full-time jobs doing content creation. So it's stuff that we have to do in the background.
I got to hand it to you because I'm pretty sure last year we were still catching up on spooky season blogs into like March.
I'm very proud of us for where we are. But we're not all the way caught up yet.
No, we're not.
So I still have to hold us accountable for the blogs we haven't posted. Yeah. That said, blogs are secondary.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel, which I didn't mention among these, is obviously our primary. And if you're watching us now, I usually have it set only to go to YouTube. So if you're watching us now, you're only watching YouTube. And we thank you for that. Because this is where we want to be. We're talking tonight, guys, about going back to our happy place.
Yes.
So the Netherlands, this will be our second trip to the Netherlands overall.
Second trip together. It'll be my 3rd time going. I have to.
Yes, it will be our second trip to the Netherlands together. And we're very excited to go. Also, I feel like this will not be our last trip to the Netherlands.
No, for sure not.
We're pretty in love with the Netherlands, overall. That's one of the reasons, and we'll talk about the other reasons in a second for why now. But we went to the Netherlands last in 2023, and we went in the summertime. And it was beautiful, as it often is in the summertime. The days were long, as they often are in Europe. We had from like 6 a.m. to like 10:30 p.m. with the sun. So we could do literally anything we wanted. The world was our oyster, and we went to 2 parks, which were Efteling and Toverland.
Yep.
And we also spent a little bit of time in Amsterdam.
Yes.
But not a lot. And the funny thing about going in 2023 and having the itinerary we did with the 2 parks, and by kind of extension, we spent a little bit of time in Cotruville and Zevenum, but not really, because we were there for the parks. And most of the time we spent in those smaller towns were spent, like it's something to do after the park closes, walking around a little bit. Amsterdam was kind of our cultural touch point, or was meant to be our cultural keystone after going to the parks. And what we found as we made our way through the parks and had transfers back and forth across the Netherlands, is a pretty small country. So across the Netherlands from Amsterdam to Cotruville to Zevenum and then back to Amsterdam, is that most of the Dutch people we encountered were pleased that we were doing Efteling, and were telling us, like, if you've only been to Amsterdam, then you've not really been to the Netherlands.
Right.
So I'm glad we did what we did, and we're doing something kind of similar, but I also feel like we didn't spend a ton of time in Amsterdam, and we wanted to visit some things that we didn't get to.
Right.
So we're going to be spending a lot of time in Amsterdam this time around as well. Let's get into it. I'll start with the reasons why we're doing this now instead of later. But quickly, I want to acknowledge Tim.
Hey, Tim.
And
long
John.
Thank
Thank you guys both
John,
for joining us. We appreciate y'all. This is exciting for us. I realize that we're getting into, we do a lot of different content on this channel. We just spent 2 months doing hardcore spooky season stuff. There will be some spooky season stuff in December as well. I promise we're not completely omitting
holiday haunts.
We're not completely omitting the holiday haunts, but we do a lot of travel content too. We have a lot of different passions. So overlapping communities here. Some of you are interested in the travel content. Some of you are exclusively interested in the spooky content. Those who found what they like and don't feel like they want to watch the other stuff, more power to you. We're open and accessible to whomever wants to find our content.
Yes.
But we definitely appreciate those of you who are kind of branching out into the other content that we do while starting.
Maybe that
from
didn't
a
draw
previous
you
community.
in, yeah. But you're
maybe
sticking around
spooky drew you in, and then
may spooky draw you
may
in.
spooky draw you. It's like bright suns.
Is that like bright suns?
Is that like bright suns? Anyway, inside jokes. Okay. Let's get serious, y'all. So, why are we going to the Netherlands now? Many people will no doubt tell us, and have told us, that during the winter time, the Netherlands is perhaps a less pleasant place to visit. Not because the Netherlands itself is any less pleasant, just because the weather is intolerable. It's going to be raining probably most of the time we're there. Yep. It's going to be somewhere between like the 35 degree Fahrenheit to the 55 degree Fahrenheit range, which is cold. And some of the stuff that we enjoy doing in Amsterdam in the bright sunny weather is definitely going to feel a lot different this time of year. However, the reason we wanted to do this, there's a couple of reasons we wanted to do this.
Oh, you forgot to mention that it gets dark at like 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It might not be that early in November, but eventually
it's gonna, I think, sunset when we're going, and I could be wrong. I'll have to check, but I think it's around like 4:30. Yeah. Like 4:30.
The days are short and the nights are long. It flips from when we were there in the summer.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So, a couple of reasons why we wanted to do this now. First of all, because the impressions that the first trip left on us were lasting, and some of the things that I remember buzzing around my head were, it's good of you to visit during the summertime. The wintertime feels a lot different and may not be as compelling as like for tourists to come and visit. And I feel like while that is summertime is definitely an excellent time to go, and we had a blast at Efteling and Toverland and in Amsterdam. Everything we did across the entire trip
wouldn't change that trip at all.
Magical. It was terrific. But I also feel like we missed out on some of the culture in what is arguably one of our favorite places by not being there in different seasons. Like, seeing the summertime is great and it is beautiful, but I feel like there's things to appreciate during every season that we don't get to see.
Like, we never got to see Efteling after dark. Like we
that was
stayed,
a big thing
and
for
we
us because
it took
the fountain show
right.
has a bunch of lights that
Yep.
we just literally couldn't see.
Like even
Efteling
at
was...
night, even at the late like 9:30, like Efteling is actually kind of unique because as many people know, a lot of theme parks in Europe in general, they close at 6, 7 p.m. Like 7 p.m. is a late night.
Yeah.
Efteling was open until like 9:30 in the summertime. And even then the sun was still up. So even watching that, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of this show. It starts with an A.
I remember
gracious.
too.
The fountain show. Aquanura.
Yeah,
I
was literally looking at
watching it. We were like,
first.
let's wait for the late show. It'll be darker. It really wasn't. It was still like dusky. You could see
the lights trying. Like the sun trying to shine through the clouds. Like that's what it looked like, but coming up from water
we're like, we
want
to see it when it is actually dark at like 6 o'clock or something like that. We want to see what the party looks like, what the park looks like after dark when lights come up. And because am I skipping ahead to one of your reasons why we're going?
A little bit.
Okay, I'll back off.
We haven't really talked about our itinerary yet. So.
I'll back off then. But anyway, we feel like we did miss out on some things because of the summertime. So
I was also gonna say, like on that same note, but slightly adjacent, I feel like there are things. So in the Netherlands, because the weather is so, we'll say, dreary during the winter time. Sometimes you get snow, and that's always nice. And sometimes you get rain, and more often than not, it's rain. Because the Netherlands are so dreary in the wintertime, the Dutch as a culture just like they find things to be excited about. There are festivals, there are holidays, there are seasonal events that they build into the cities and the cultures and the surrounding communities, specifically to get people out of their houses and doing something during a time when, you know, it might be a little bit easier or more tempting to stay inside and become depressed. So I really do want to experience a little bit more of what the Dutch culture has to offer, not just when the weather is beautiful, but also when it's a little bit gloomy.
And maybe, you know, outside of a more prime tourist season.
Yes. We are going to a prime tourist area still. Yes. 2 prime tourist areas. And we'll get into itinerary in a minute. But other reasons before we move on that we wanted to go now is because we do have family in the Netherlands, and there was a wedding earlier this year that we actually missed because we were in Germany during that wedding, which is...
Well, actually, we couldn't travel to the wedding, which was like 2 weeks before we left for Germany. That's what it was. Like, it just wasn't... We missed it. We missed it. And we would like to see this family member...
We probably won't be vlogging that day. Yeah. There will be a day set aside for family while we're there, but we will get to see a little bit outside of the touristy areas, hopefully, as a result of kind of making time for that family member. And it was a good excuse to go back. Like, if nothing else, that was a good reason to go back because we had ships passing in the night over the summertime. And then we were like, well, what are we doing in November? So, and then the last reason is because we have been practicing Dutch pretty thoroughly, and I could throw some out there right now, but I feel like I'd humiliate myself. The purpose of going to another country is
ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. That's all.
I mean,
Duolingo.
Een beetje meer Nederlands is, but I feel like our pronunciation isn't very good.
Yeah, but Duolingo is a great tool for learning. Like, I feel like I know a lot of vocabulary. Like, I'm actually looking forward to looking at signs and descriptive signs and pamphlets and things like that and seeing how much I can read. Speaking and conversing, not there at all. There at all. But I think it'll be good to be immersed in the language again.
Duolingo, for those who don't know, is moving more and more towards being an AI-driven app, which means it's great for the fundamentals, but it's terrible for conversation.
Very bad for conversation.
So we're learning vocabulary, like Katie said, and that's been very helpful in kind of developing a better understanding of the language. It's a challenging language. It's not an easy thing to pick up. But immersion is the only way to like truly learn a language.
I will tell you, my favorite Dutch word I've learned recently is winkelwagen, which means shopping cart. I just think it's cute.
don't know why it's your favorite, but
Winkelwagen.
it is.
It's cute. I don't know why.
It also, when we went to Germany, specifically to Phantasialand, which is closer to the Netherlands than Europa Park was, we also saw a lot of signage in Dutch.
Yep.
There was signage in France.
France.
There's signage in
That's a niche joke, internet
signage
joke.
in French. There was signage in sometimes English, but usually not. And then there's signage in German and Dutch.
Oh, there was always signage in English.
Depends on what kind of signage you were looking at.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a specific sign I saw that was those three and not English.
Oh, okay.
You can't be in my head.
I guess not.
So just seeing those signs and being able, like, the fact that our brains drifted automatically into Dutch and we were able to actually like read the signs was pretty cool. And it kind of got us like thinking, I'd really like to go back to the Netherlands again. And it has been 2 years since we went last time. A lot has changed. We'll talk about more of the things that have changed in just a second. But those are most of the reasons why, and there are more, but those are most of the fundamental reasons why we wanted to go back to the Netherlands, specifically in the wintertime. Now, talking of what's different in the wintertime in the Netherlands. This is not exactly a spoiler at this point, and if you're familiar with the characters in our thumbnail, it won't have been a spoiler at all.
Pardos.
We are going back to Efteling, and we are doing our first ever Winter Efteling event, which is going to be different. Efteling does technically celebrate the Christmas holiday, which is different in the Netherlands, and it also celebrates the New Year, but more than anything else, it celebrates the winter period. And this is kind of in line with what I was saying about how the Dutch build holidays and events and celebrations into their winter calendar to give them a reason to get out and do things. Efteling is like one of the tentpole get out and do things place. So we are going to be spending more time at Efteling even than we did last time.
Yeah. In
a slightly less luxurious accommodation, but I'm no less excited, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So Winter Efteling will probably be less magical than the images are picturing here because we will have rain instead of snow, almost certainly. But they just reopened one of our favorite attractions from the last time we visited.
Baron Octine Octenehintig.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Baron Octine Octenehintig.
Octen N, isn't it Octen N negative?
Octenehintig.
We are going to get skewered for our Dutch on the other side of this live
I think they'll be proud we're trying. It's Baron
1898. Also, I failed to turn on the music, though. I'm sorry.
No, we have to start all over.
We have to go back and do a whole live stream over again. No. Baron 1898 has just reopened after a long refurbishment, and we do have a POV of this ride on our channel, and it was one of our favorites. It does get long lines, and I doubt that's changed with anything they've just done.
Yep.
But I will say there supposedly have been some major changes to the projections, to the storyline of the ride, and to the station. I don't know how much that has altered the actual ride experience. I have deliberately avoided watching POVs of the new experience, so super excited that this will be kind of shiny and new for us, going back for the first time in a long time. There's also an entirely new attraction.
Yes, this was being built the last time we were
and
there.
It went up quick.
It did go up quick. We honestly were only...
Yannick,
what are you doing up?
It's so late.
Or so early?
I mean... It's you're up way past your bedtime.
Well, thank you, Yannick. Thank you so much for joining. Stick around as long as you want, but don't stay on.
Guten Morgen, technically.
Guten Morgen.
Yes. So, Danse Macabre is a completely new ride system that, until the development of this attraction, had never been deployed before. I'll be honest, it looks terrifying. Like, when I looked at the models, I was like, oh, cute. But then seeing it in practice, it is so big. It looks like a human gyroscope. and I don't know how my body's going to handle it, but I'm super excited to try.
Yeah, I don't know. It does look like a very well themed, gigantic, kind of like a flat ride. And I don't always.
If a madhouse didn't revolve around you, rather you revolved around it. And that's what this is.
I am excited to try it for sure. Oh, you have a day off. Okay. Well, then you do you.
So you can stay up all night.
Stay up all night.
Watching us yammer about nothing. Yannick is a friend that we met on our Europa Park trip in July. So if you are or June/July, if you are unfamiliar with our experiences at Europa or our relationship with Yannick, definitely go watch our Europa Park vlogs from this past summer. There's only 2 of them plus Rulantica, but we had a blast. And I loved every second of it.
Yep.
Except for the part where you didn't sleep at all.
Yeah,
which hopefully will not be the case this time.
That this time, but it's still worth it. But yeah, brand new ride. Excited.
This is the Demented Haunted Mansion. So thematically, everything in Efteling has a story. Everything has a setting, atmosphere, original music, which is part of why we love Efteling so much. People call Efteling the Dutch Disneyland. I prefer to think of Disneyland as the American Efteling because Efteling better.
We're so biased now. You've completely won us over.
I just love Efteling so much. And Europa Park, since we're talking about those memories too.
Yeah.
This is also our last chance to see the Ravelin show.
Yes,
in its current form.
I don't know, we forgot about this or thought we had to reserve it or something.
So it was confusing when we tried to book the original trip and plan out our itinerary. I was under the impression that the Ravelin dinner accommodation was the show.
Right.
And that you couldn't walk through that threshold without a reservation for the dinner, which you can. You can just see the show and not do the dinner.
Right.
But we didn't know that. So we missed that show in July of 2023 and we're gonna amend that because it's about to change.
Yes. And honestly, from what we've heard, the show, I mean, I'm sure we'll still be amazed by it. I think the show probably is due for an update based on the people who have gone many times and are kind of like, hey, it's getting kind of dry here. So it'll be new and fresh for us and then it's going to go away and then probably come back better than ever.
Not unlike Baron, which just went down for 2 months.
Baron was still awesome 2 years ago.
We also, for the record, when we went in July 2023, we were not aware of how recently the De Vliegende Hollander had just been renovated and how long it had been down for. And same with Drumflucht, actually.
Yeah.
Like everything, we went at the perfect time for everything except for Dans Macabre.
The only thing that was actually down, Dans Macabre was being built. There was no Haunted Mansion spooky ride.
Stumtrain and Stumcarousel.
Yeah.
Well, no, Stumtrain was open, but only
the Stumcarousel was down.
Stumcarousel was down.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty spectacular first visit to Efteling, but as evidenced here, we missed some stuff.
Yeah.
So we will be doing Ravelin. I think the plan right now is to do Caro as well, which is a nighttime. It's an upcharge. It's a separately ticketed experience, but it's really cheap especially if you're staying on site at the hotels, which we are. And it's a really cool show. You can't film it, so we won't be able to take you along for any of that. But highly recommend it. No tiki-taki. But I highly recommend that if you are visiting Efteling, you make time for that show. Only one night. It's like 2 hours.
And it's after
park
close, I think, or
very close.
Or very close.
I think you missed the second Aquanura show if you do Caro, but it's not too late.
Yeah.
Now,
this is the pancake.
This is the pancake house.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was on your list, but it was definitely.
No, I think we definitely said it was just one of. I mean, we ate really well into Efteling, like
it's
really well.
Holles Koken is the official title, and it's.
I think you have to. It's recommended to make a reservation, and we.
It's very. This is the Batu Cantina of Efteling. If we're bouncing back and forth between Disney terminology, it's a tight space, and I think you are, for the most part, kind of sharing quarters. Like you might have someone next to you at the four, and if we're 2 and they have another couple coming in, we might all be seated at the same table.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well vlogging is going to work in this space or if it will at all, but we're going to do it.
We're still going to eat because Dutch pancakes are delicious. We should have known you were going to ask that question, Yannick. We are not this time.
It was on the list. Yeah. However, the truth is we had originally made a plan to go back to Efteling with a friend, and we promised the friend that we would wait to stay in the Grand Efteling until we could all go together. So this is another solo trip on our behalf, and we took a hit. Yeah. but it is on the to-do.
The Grand Efteling was also... No, I don't even know. I think the ground had broken on it, right?
When we were there, the ground had broken, but it had not gone vertical.
It hadn't, like, barely anything was built. So that's another thing. We could see,
like, the construction vehicles were on site, and we could see the surrounding area being developed, but we couldn't see anything going up.
Yeah. So.
And Zoe is stuck on 3 ads. Well, that means monetization is working. Click through, buy a product, and see if it, impacts our revenue. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Never do that.
Don't do that.
Google will follow you home. Anyway, so breakfast at Polleskoken, which is a hard thing to pronounce for some reason. I don't know why.
It sounded like you did it okay.
I feel like I'm hopefully doing it well. Is the pancake house. It's just outside the Symbolica Castle, which is probably one of my favorite attractions, period, in the world. So have a hearty breakfast and then roll right on into Symbolica. It will be the best day of our lives. It'll be my
second breakfast, because if you think I'm skipping the breakfast at the hotel...
Well, we'll talk about that too.
You got another thing coming.
We'll talk about that too.
Second breakfast.
So speaking of the hotel, we are staying at Bosrijk, which has a couple different accommodations. What you're seeing in this picture, which is stock from the website and not one that I took by myself, is a set of cottages on the the lake in the center. I don't remember what it's called. The center of Bosrijk has a lake, and then around it are these cottage homes, and then a port house and a land house. And we are staying at a port house room, which looks like this. It's not too fancy.
Nope.
There's nothing like deeply Efteling about it, I wouldn't necessarily say. However, it is conventional. It is probably one of the more affordable options after
This is probably,
Loonsland.
For those with Disney speak, the equivalent of like a moderate stay. If because they do have like the
Loonsland is
probably the value resort. This is probably the moderate stay, and then honestly, between the Efteling Grand is obviously a very
hop a train, Yannick. We'll see you there.
I know. Come next week. I was gonna say, you got any more PTO you can use? Oh, you'd love it there, Yannick. We hope you get there someday.
It is absolutely
maybe
amazing.
With us. Who knows? Maybe we'll show you around Efteling. It'd be great.
Oh man. That would be crazy if we were experts on Efteling. The fact that we're going back to a park, an international theme park where we have been before, I just want to take a minute and appreciate how lucky we are. We're very, very fortunate that we're able to do this, because when we went to Efteling in 2023, the thought process was do everything, we may never be back.
Yeah.
And now, as in the last 2 years, a lot has come and gone through our lives, and I think our thought process has evolved now to always assume you'll be back, because that makes it easier to take it slow and enjoy where you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
So the fact that we actually are going back, and we're mixing it up a little bit, but we're also seeing some familiar sites that meant a lot to us. Yeah. This is our happy place, and we're super excited to be back in Efteling again. The difference between Bosrijk and where we stayed last time, which was at the time the Efteling Hotel, and now is the Efteling Magic Hotel?
I think so.
I think it's that.
Efteling Magic Hotel. It's no longer just the Efteling Hotel because of it was too similar to the Efteling Grand.
The Efteling Grand, it was either the Efteling Hotel and the Efteling Grand Hotel, or the Efteling Grand Hotel and something else. And I think they made the right decision in terms of branding.
Yeah.
But we do have a pool, is where I was going. Yeah. And it is heated. So, and I believe it's in our building too.
And look at that theming. It's adorable.
It does. Well, this thing is like everything's interactive. So like there's a little pipe arrangement like in Fatal Attraction where you turn the handles to make different things happen. Then eventually when you get the combination right, it just opens up and dumps on whoever's in this area, which is kind of cute and kind of terrifying depending on whether or not you're me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sounds like terrifying for you.
We also, like we had at the Efteling Hotel, now the Efteling Magic Hotel, we will also have complimentary breakfast. We have, count them, 5 nights, 6 days at Efteling.
So much breakfast.
Which is more than we've spent at, I think, any theme park outside of Disney.
We are not rushing.
We are not rushing, and we are also not spending every day filming. We're spending probably the first 2. Probably the first 2 days we will spend vlogging, and then the back 3 or 4
there will be time to explore our hotel. There will be time to do things we haven't done, do some of the things we love. And
I will still go ride Symbolica approximately 6 minutes before the start of Caro, so that we have to run back and stress Katie out.
No!
That was my favorite part of the whole trip.
No!
And then yelling at you because you went to use the bathroom while we were trying to wait to use it.
Had to use like a porta potty too.
I know.
It was like a trailer.
It was such a mess.
I think it was for like the construction site or something. It was nice though.
It was worth it for one last ride. That was our last night of the trip too. We're gonna do this differently because we're going to see Caro not on the last night of the trip. So, or the last night in Efteling anyway, because that was before we transferred to Toverland and then transferred back to Amsterdam. Yeah. Speaking of, one thing we're doing differently to give us this extra time at Efteling, and I know there's going to be major FOMO in my heart about this decision, but we are not doing Toverland this time.
No.
The problem with Toverland, I loved Toverland, and I would so much like to see Toverland in the wintertime, as well as the Halloween season, because it looked like their Halloween festival is incredible. The reason we can't do it this time is because it's just too far. It's out in farmland. It's not a particularly developed area outside of the theme park itself. Sevenum has a hotel, a very small, I think it was the Hotel Great.
Yeah.
Great Sevenum, GR8. And it has like, a gas station and a little playplex, but it doesn't have much else. So when you map your way out there, I think we looked at having like an Uber take us from the hotel to the theme park, and
didn't happen.
They couldn't even make it out there. Like it's so far removed from the developed area. They said it was going to be 45 minutes, and then it was going to be 55 minutes, and then it was going to be an hour because no one was taking the ride.
No cars were picking us up. So because they weren't going to drive that far out of their way to drive us like 8 minutes.
If we could get a train and go out there, which I'm sure is possible, but then you have to transfer to a bus, and then you're beholden to the schedule, and it's too much to do with luggage. Like it's just too difficult to navigate. With the kind of luggage you have to take on a 2-week trip.
Apparently building a hotel on site there.
I am so excited for the Toverland Hotel.
Maybe that will come with some more public transportation eventually. We definitely haven't been to Toverland for the last time, but it definitely didn't work out for this time. And
I miss Phoenix so much.
With the winter time and the weather being possibly more rainy, we didn't want to. I mean, I love biking from a hotel to a theme park was one of the coolest things I've ever done. But we didn't want to have to mess with that possibly with like a lot of rain. It's also,
I've said this before on live streams, this isn't new information, but the Dutch bikes are not what Americans are used to. When you're thinking in your head, like, I'm going to go to the Netherlands. I know how to ride a bike. It's going to be fun. I'm going to get from A to B. One, depending on where you are in the Netherlands, the bikes have a very specific traffic flow, and it is busy all the time. There's a lot of bikes to avoid. If you're not used to it, it can be overwhelming. And two, American bikes, this may or may not be known like internationally, American bikes are not built the same way as European bikes are. The European bikes are thinner. You have to distribute your weight a bit differently, and your turn radius is a little bit different. So if you're used to an American bike, you really actually do have to relearn how to ride a bike in a foreign country, which was doable, and we did it, but it was also challenging, and it would be that much more challenging in the rain.
Yeah.
So all of this having been said, and yeah, I know.
It is beautiful. Someday, Yannick.
I hate that we only have like 1 week a year at most that we can do these things. because I just want to spend all my time.
I know. You do like a
international.
month in Europe just going to the different pretty theme parks.
Yeah, but it has to be it has to be a month cumulative of different weeks, because you have to go to Europa Park in Traumatica season and Winter season and winter season and summer season to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Now, what we are doing, again, but sort of differently, is we are going to be spending more time in Amsterdam. Our family actually live in Haarlem, so we are going to be, at some point during this visit, and we have a date aligned, but we don't know if it's going to need to be rearranged yet. We're going to be taking the train from Amsterdam Centraal to Haarlem to hopefully see a kind of a quieter side of the Netherlands. That day will probably happen off camera. As much as I think it would be fun to take you guys along for like an actual Dutch train ride and navigating like the Dutch transportation network, I feel like that would be probably all there would be to see. Because once we get to Haarlem, we're going to be kind of like hanging out with family and walking and talking and, you know, not shooting as much.
I'm sure, like, I don't want to make it sound like there's not fun things.
Oh, no. I think Haarlem is beautiful.
It's just that day might just not be the best day for us to vlog it. But who knows? Maybe we'll have enough stuff to throw up, like an Instagram reel or something. I don't know.
Hey, wait, is this you saying you do have 35 days of vacation for the whole year, or that you do not? Because we don't have 35 days of vacation for the whole year. We have, depending on when the year... So PTO, which is paid time off in America, depending on your job, it fluctuates widely. But for us, it is...
Yeah, that's...
So low-key hate you. No, depending on...
no, we just hate America.
Depending on the way that your job works in America, and not everyone is this fortunate, our PTO accumulates, and we have to kind of plan out when we're going places based on how much PTO we're expecting to have.
Yeah.
So our accumulation rate is fixed, but we don't get handed days off. We have to earn them.
There's no mandated time off from the government that employers must honor. In fact, I don't think there's any mandated time off. So technically, you can get a job. There's sometimes
federal
sick time
holidays,
off.
which most businesses choose to observe, but there's no law mandating.
Yeah, there's no law. I'm pretty sure like a horrible person could get away with creating a business where they say you don't get any time off.
No.
It is awful. Thank you.
It absolutely is awful.
We can't belabor this.
We have about 3 weeks a year that we're sure we can fit. And then there are holidays, like part of why we came to Germany in July was because the July 4th holiday is typically a day off for the both of us, which means we don't have to use PTO
hours
to build that into our schedule. We can, the day before and the day after would be PTO, but July 4th itself would not. So we plan our trips around when I know. Tell me all about it. I'm absolutely aware of how terrible it is here.
We're moving to Switzerland tomorrow.
Yep. Make up the guest room, Yannick. We're coming to see you.
And we're staying.
And we're never leaving. No. So the plan is to go back and spend a little bit more time in Amsterdam. We'll obviously be spending more time in Efteling because, quite frankly, we deserve a rest, and this is our happy place. But Amsterdam had a lot to offer that we didn't get a chance to see last time because we spent so little time here. Some time will be spent just walking around and seeing, how people are celebrating or manifesting good vibes during the rainy winter time period.
We will be there on December 5th, which for Dutch people, that's the festival or feast of Sinterklaas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you can formally put up your tree.
Yeah.
In Dutch culture, or when you're supposed to wait until that day to put it up.
But there's other. If you know us, we're suckers for touristy things. So Tim has up here the this weather's
going to look very different.
Yeah, I was going to say this might be really cold.
This is going to be traumatic, I think, but
we've confirmed it's still open, right?
I have confirmed it's still open. So this is Adam Lookout, and this piece of it is probably the craziest bit of it. There's much more to see and do at the Adam Lookout building than just the swing, but this is the tallest free swing in the Netherlands, and it happens to be on a little island at the top of a building in Amsterdam. And we saw it the last time we were there. In fact, we had lunch like right under it, but like several stories under it.
Yes.
So we looked up and we were like, oh, we want to do that. And they were all sold out for the day. Not this time. This time it's happening. There is also a flying theater in this establishment. It is not technically part of Adam Lookout, but it is adjacent to the building. So we'll be doing that as well. And we'll be, I think, spending a good chunk of our day at Adam because it's pretty cost effective to just do Adam Lookout and all the attractions therein. It is definitely cold here too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be actually a little bit warmer in Europe than it is here.
Yeah, just be wetter.
It'll be wetter, yeah. Which there's pros and cons. Oh, Gage.
Oh,
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good to hear from you as always. This is one
Is that Museum of Illusions?
No, it's Amaze.
Amaze
Amsterdam. It's an immersive art exhibit.
Oh, this is the Meow Wolf.
This is Meow Wolf.
Okay.
So this is in America. The reason we say Meow Wolf, if anyone is watching from overseas, in America there is a franchise, for lack of a better word. It's a chain of immersive art exhibits where artists come together and they build up these incredible large-scale optical masterpieces that sometimes you touch, sometimes you don't, sometimes you look at, sometimes it's just an optical illusion. It's just basically a place to go and just walk around and be wowed for however many hours you can give it. And that's basically what this is too. It's just the Amsterdam variant of it, and I think in many ways it's gonna
be good indoor activity.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see it. I wanted to see this last time, we didn't get a chance to. Good night, Yannick. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, so good to
hear
from you again.
So yeah, Amaze Amsterdam was at the top of my list for this new visit to Amsterdam, particularly because it's all indoors. So even if the weather is absolute crap and we have no means of doing outside fun stuff for a little bit, this would be the perfect opportunity to step inside and enjoy this. Now, there was one other thing that I did not put in the slideshow that we looked at doing that is seasonal as well. And for the life of me, I can never remember what it's called.
I cannot help you.
It's... Well, I'll never find it by searching for it. But there's something out. It's like a model village that, like,
yeah.
It's Americans would know, or especially like Northeasterners would know the equivalent in America as being like Longwood Gardens. It's like train sets and models and like light displays. Like, it would be so cool to see that. However, just like Toverland, it's a little bit removed from.
It's like a 45-minute train ride or something.
It's a 2-hour and 30-minute train ride.
Never mind.
But that's about as far as you can go in the Netherlands before you cross into another country. So like, it's not insurmountable. It's just something that we probably won't be able to do this time around. The other thing that is seasonal that we are definitely doing, and we're kind of going back and forth on whether or not we're going to do the boat version of this or the foot version of this, but we're leaning foot. And that is Amsterdam's Light Festival, which will start coincidentally the day we leave for the Netherlands, which I will get to momentarily. So this festival goes for the entire winter. It is not Christmas. It is not Sinterklaas. It is not Thanksgiving. It is Amsterdam's Winter Light Festival, and it goes until January. So luckily, we planned this visit just in time to catch the early stages of it. Now, the downside of us going when we're going and coming back and having to go back to work and grind our souls into madness again is that some of these videos will come out much later than we're actually shooting them. Some of them as late as like a month and a half or 2 months. But Amsterdam's Light Festival will still be going on when we're releasing these vlogs. So You can, and it is generally advisable to take a boat cruise during this period because there's a lot of water displays through the Amsterdam canals, going under bridges and whatnot. There's stuff to see that you can't see on foot. So we may do a cruise. We may do it. It's not that expensive. It's like 26 euros per person, and that's including like beverages. I don't know how reputable certain companies are over others, and it wouldn't be very private, but it would definitely be a different vantage point. So we're considering it.
Yep.
We're definitely going to do this. It's just a matter of when and how.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to in Efteling and in Amsterdam, and I genuinely could only find a couple of the images, and it's all of the like super impressive stuff. But there's smaller displays too. There's also a bunch of food booths and small business vendors that set up shop along the route of the Light Festival. So it was definitely high on our priority list, and I'm sure as well that there's stuff we're not even aware of yet. And I know we have a couple of Dutch people that watch our live streams after the fact. So first of all, please correct me on anything we've gotten wrong, including our pronunciation. But second of all, if there's anything you would recommend seeing and doing in Amsterdam, we left ourselves a little bit of padding so that we could explore and experience things that we wouldn't normally get to out of season. So please do. We would love to hear more recommendations. I don't know if we'll get to everything, but we definitely want to see everything that we can.
If you were like, you absolutely have to do it with the boat, let us know.
Yeah. That would be good to know now before they fill up slots.
Yeah.
But we have time yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gage. I missed this comment when it came through, but we super appreciate it.
We did have a great haunt season.
It was
I
wonderful.
hope you did too.
Okay. Now, in Amsterdam, the repeat is going to be the hotel.
We
and
couldn't change up from the Krasnopolski again.
When this hotel was pitched to us for our 2023 trip, it was the mid-tier option. We had super extravagant options seated right on the canals, which looked to us to be like almost a little bit too bougie. But the Krasnopolski wound up being just right. It's in a perfect location in Dam Square. It's walkable distance from Amsterdam Centraal, which makes it easy to get back and forth to Haarlem that one day. It wound up just being the perfect spot. So we have the exact same hotel. We have the exact same room type as we had in 2023. However, we did not vlog much of anything in Amsterdam because that day, and we genuinely only had a day in Amsterdam last time, that was mostly for us. This time we will be vlogging Amsterdam. So you'll get to see a little bit of this hotel and what our experiences are here. And Katie will get my favorite breakfast of all, literally across the entire world, everywhere we've been. This was her favorite breakfast
I'll have
she's ever
to see
had.
because I'm having it pretty close to the Bell Rock breakfast in Germany.
The Hotel Bell Rock breakfast was
really good. But we'll see if it holds up. It was just such a. I will not belabor it because if you want to hear me talk about this, find our trip report from 2023 when I probably spent like 40 minutes talking about how great this breakfast was.
We'll be doing like a, my thought is that we'll probably be doing kind of like a couple of Amsterdam, just like bits and bobs vlogs. Like let's start our day in the hotel, like, good morning, this is what we're doing today, and then we'll go down to breakfast and we'll show you a little bit of breakfast. I don't want to spend too much time vlogging at the Krasnopolski or the Bosrijk specifically because I do feel, first of all, the Krasnopolski is a little bit bougie to the point where
it's definitely bougie.
It would be weird to be walking around with the camera 100% of the time. But also, I just feel like the hotels are way stations for us and everything that we're doing this time around. So while they are beautiful and we love them and we're super excited,
we're not doing like thorough tours.
There will not be a full hotel tour. No. So they'll all be like pickups in other vlogs. And if you're interested in seeing what the hotels look like, I think you'll get a good idea from watching like the vlog series, like seeing each installment. There's a little piece of like, this is our hotel room at this place, and oh, and now we're going down to breakfast. Yeah. But you won't see like a proper tour. So
yeah, there was just like so much because Amsterdam is a big it was a port city. It's a big hub. There's still a lot of international business going on there. This breakfast, it was just fun to have like dumplings and also like croissant, and then also like the fancy cheese and sparkling wine, and you were even excited that they had a fridge full of Coke Zero.
Oh my god, I forgot about the fridge full of Coke
like
Zero.
He had
oh my god,
got one from our mini bar, and then we went down there. I'm like, there's Cola Zero down here. So anyway, hopefully the breakfast holds up in my memory. If not, I'm sure it'll still be delicious, and we'll see where it lands.
You know, the absolute worst part of this whole trip plan is I've been thinking about this for the past like 24 hours too. The fact that like Dulles is like owned by Pepsi. So I'm gonna fly to paradise, but to do it I have to go through the gates of hell where there is nothing but Pepsi for like 24 hours. Anyway, it's gonna be a fun trip, guys, and we are super excited to bring you along for like 90% of it, I would say. We're going to have a lot of time to ourselves, particularly at Efteling and one day in Haarlem, but we are excited to bring you for most of the exciting, fun stuff that we know everyone likes to see from us. Now, as far as vlogs go, I mentioned that they're going to be dropping kind of late. While we're on the go. Yeah, right?
You would know this, Tim, as someone having worked at Hershey.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Like that the Pepsi is part of what waned my interest in Hershey Park a little bit, because nothing goes worse with chocolate than Pepsi. Nothing goes worse with Pepsi than Pepsi. Anyway, we typically do not edit and post videos when we're traveling, and we're gonna be gone total, I think, just under 2 weeks on this particular trip. So we will have a couple of POVs that drop from Efteling in the interim between us leaving and us getting back, but the actual vlogs won't really begun to be edited thoroughly until the week after we come back from the Netherlands. Now that means that Winter Efteling will get out pretty quickly, but things like Amsterdam and the Light Festival and whatnot won't be posted until probably towards the end of those respective festivals in early to late January.
Which is fine, because it's not a Christmas thing, it's a winter thing, and it's still winter.
It's part of what I love about the Netherlands and how they celebrate the season, but it does mean that some of what you'll be seeing in real time, well, not real time, but only on a slight delay on Instagram, won't actually appear on YouTube for a bit.
As we have learned from travel channels that are way bigger than ours, that kind of is the standard.
I know which one you're talking about.
I'm not calling out anyone in particular.
It's been 4 weeks since I was told, see you next week. Anyway. Okay, so as the content plan is now, because I wrote this down, because I want to commit myself to this and try not to drop any vlogs as we go, which can sometimes happen. We will be doing a travel vlog on travel day. It helps us keep awake because we will be going to fly overnight. We will be doing 2 Winter Efteling vlogs. We will be doing a transfer day, which will include a little bit of insight into the Krasnapolski at Amsterdam and at Dam Square in Amsterdam. Flip it. We will have most likely a breakout video for Amaze Amsterdam. We will have a Dam lookout and other Amsterdam activities as probably a mishmash vlog, and then we'll have the Amsterdam Light Festival. This on top of a couple POVs. It's a pretty labor-intensive shoot schedule, but there's a lot of relaxation in between, where pretty much all we'll be doing is exploring Efteling, Haarlem, and Amsterdam and enjoying ourselves. So I am super excited. I think Katie is super excited. It's been too long since we were back in our happy place, for lack of a better explanation of what the Netherlands is to us. And we know a bit more. We're gun shy about practicing it on the internet, but we're trying really hard.
My thing is, like, I can't, like, when you're learning a language and you're trying to be like, say a sentence, it's like you have to put the sentence together in English, and then you have to fill in the word, and then it's like, is the word order correct? And then it's like, do I want to do that? But
I mean, that happens on the spot too.
Yeah, but
I do feel like I definitely don't want to come across as an expert because I'm in no way an expert. And I feel like it's easy to kind of take that position if you're talking to people who don't know Dutch.
Hey.
Whereas if you're talking to someone who knows Dutch, it is a lot easier to communicate that you are at a grade school level.
but also I will acknowledge that, we did learn to count to 10 because we wanted to be able to like talk about what like how many people we are or what our group size is, or like a row. We learned how to count to 10. We learned how to be polite. We know dankjewel. We know alsjeblieft. We know those things. But we struggled to like say so size and brochure last
now
time.
We know size and brochure.
Now we know that one.
We also I've learned like theme park lingo specifically, like Usterij alsjeblieft, if possible, front row. I know definitely beyond 10 now. I know how to communicate that. But now I'm of course going to butcher it, even though I've been practicing specifically these phrases. But my Nederland is kinderachtig.
Yeah.
Which is, I speak Dutch like a child, basically.
Yeah. My Dutch is childish.
But I mean, like little things that we've picked up in the 2 years since, we've been practicing hard, and hopefully we'll make the Dutch people proud by being able to speak a little bit more than we were the last time we were there. It is something that we've had to do like kind of in our own free time, of which there is very little, particularly over the last 2 months. So we're not where we probably could have been if we'd been practicing hard every day. But it's important to us to be able to be conversational when we go to new places or old places where we are outsiders and we're entering someone else's circle. Just to be polite and observe proper etiquette and make them feel like we're trying, which we are. Yeah. We're not always doing, but we're trying. All right, y'all. So when is this happening? 8 days. We are flying out the day before Thanksgiving, which is Wednesday of next week. So exactly 1 week from tomorrow, we will be headed to the Netherlands. We tend to announce these trips pretty late, like right before we go for the most part, because our itineraries get to be harder and harder to plan as we try to figure out different things further out. And it's just easier.
Yeah.
But this is a much needed break for us. I think we're tuckered out from a long spooky season, and we're excited to do something a little different, but also not something innately Christmassy.
Yes.
Which I think is important in November.
Yep.
And I will stand by that. Before we wrap up, I do want to highlight our creator of the, usually creator of the week, but this time
it's the way you said our creator. And then like
God.
Our creator.
No, I was gonna say our creator of the week, but it's absolutely been way more than that since the last time, and it will actually be more than that till the next time.
I was gonna say now that live streams have resumed, but actually we're gonna be off of live streams for a little bit longer.
So Thrills and Magic, Andre, who we were lucky enough to see a couple times over the season and preseason, just sometimes by overlap, sometimes intentionally. Really great guy. Excellent photographer, particularly for the spooky stuff. If you're looking for someone to partner with, particularly, I don't know why a theme park or a event venue would be watching us instead of him to begin with. But if you're watching us and you don't know of him, definitely connect with him. His stuff is gold. So Instagram is probably his primary at this point. TikTok and Facebook would be secondary. Facebook is not on here. I don't know why, but he has a Facebook as well. His vlogs are also a lot of fun to watch. He does have YouTube as well. It's just not his primary the way it is for us.
Yep.
So definitely check him out. Can't recommend him enough. And due to our travel, it is actually going to be close to another month before we do the next live stream. However, when we come back, we will be back for a while.
Yep.
I promise we will not be doing this
and we'll be
month to month.
Talking about the trip, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
And respond to Tim's comments. Only Dutch
and what's funny about that is the Pennsylvania Dutch are actually German. So, because they get Dutch from Deutschland, not from The Netherlands.
They make excellent baked potatoes, though.
And pretzels.
And pretzels. And meatloaf. And many other things.
We like our Dutch market.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know we have been away for a while, and we'll be away for a while again. But
we're just popping on to say hi and then bye.
But the content is I mean, for us, we had kind of a slower haunt season in terms of growth because we weren't posting as much as we did the previous season. We still got sick, despite everything that we put in place to keep ourselves from getting sick. And we missed one booking, which kills us because I hate flaking. But we did have a full haunt season, and we did kind of, I think, slow to the point where we weren't burning ourselves out as quickly, which was really important.
Right.
So it is slow growing when you do things the way we do them, but I'm proud of the content we create. And I will be just as proud to create travel content over the next couple of months as I have been to create haunt season content over the past couple of months, including the one we did for John, who is an awesome guy that you should all definitely check out.
Check out Dark Acres.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I don't know if you have a TikTok, John. I might be lying. All those things and YouTube.
Start on Instagram and probably you'll find the rest.
Yes. All right, y'all. Until the next time, I've been Tim.
I'm Katie.
And every night
is a new adventure.
And we will see you again soon. Bye.